is December 28th. It is 7:51 a.m. Been up since, had my alarm set at 5 a.m. and I drove 30 miles to Indianapolis, Indiana to deliver this load. It was pretty cool because I was hauling Starbucks, the triple shot vanilla energy shot drink. And I thought that was pretty cool. That was my first time hauling a Starbucks load. When I was hauling for Prime Inc., I remember when they announced that we had a contract to haul Starbucks. And under Prime, it was considered a high value load. So it was extra, steps and requirements to haul that load. And of course, because of that, it paid pretty well. So I don't think I've ever been able to receive a Starbucks load with Prime, but now being leased on with an authority and me being able to haul it myself, it was just surprising to see that I had a Starbucks load. But it was just a quick, short hop. It was only 450 miles, and it paid pretty well. It paid okay. It paid okay, considering that it was getting, considering that I got the load off of the load board, the spot market. But I'm pretty sure the contract rates are okay. But yeah, I'm waiting to get unloaded. I have the red light right now. I'm just waiting on the green light. And once I get the green light, I can head out. Because my bills are already signed. So, I'm good to go. And luckily, my next pickup is literally once I leave this receiver and I hit the traffic light, I just go straight around the corner and my next pickup is there. So I don't have to drive out too far to get to my next load. And I'm taking that load to Nebraska. So I'm praying for quick loading and unloading on both loads, and hopefully I can get home for New Year's and spend time with family. My brother just had a baby, so it would be nice to spend time with him and his family and my family, or our family, because I haven't seen him in a minute. But I hope you guys had a good Christmas. Happy holidays. It's not New Year's yet, and I'm not sure when I'm gonna put this video out, but Happy New Year's. I hope your holidays were great, and I hope that you guys are bringing in the new year around the ones you love and the ones you care about. So, but yeah, it's been hard, man. Working off the spot market, it's been tough. And I have a truck payment that I have to pay weekly, and it's not cheap. It's not cheap per week. And I'm sure if I had a paid off truck, or a lower monthly payment, I would be in a slightly better position. I would be a little bit more happy and feeling like I'm actually accomplishing some things, being out on the road, working and away from family. But at this moment, with how the rates are, the fuel is coming down, but it's not where it used to be. How the brokers are pretty much set on their rate that they have posted on the board. Don't get me wrong, I've been able to negotiate with a few, but it's a few brokers that aren't willing to budge at all, and if they do, it's like $20, $30. And I'm like, sir, like, that doesn't even cover a meal nowadays. Like, meals have even went up, especially in the truck stops. Just getting a meal for yourself is like $15, $16, and that's fast food. If you want like a dinner, you might be paying about $20, $25. So it's just been hard. And I normally make notes of the brokers and the brokerage that doesn't or aren't willing to negotiate, just so that if I do see a load that's offered by them, and if I do want to call about the load because it's getting me to a location that I need, I just want to be, prepared, that they're not willing to negotiate, and see if I can work something out of them. But it's been hard. I've been trying to maintain. I know everybody in the trucking is feeling it right now, and man, I know the guys with the paid off trucks, and no matter what year, how many miles on it, I know they're happy. A couple of years back, a lot of people, made fun of the guys with the old beat up trucks, and, they didn't have the highest brand tires. They didn't have the highest brand shocks and parts, and, the truck has mismatched fenders and stuff like that, but at least their truck is paid off, and now like they're maintaining better than we are. The ones that do have newer equipment and lower miles, and everything on the truck looks uniform and it's not mismatched. But now we're struggling because we have these truck notes that's either due weekly or monthly, and it's very high. So typically with the people that are paying weekly, we're paying about $1,000 plus maintenance, $1,000 alone just for the truck. I know there's some companies out there that the payments might be in like the $600, $800 range, but once you consider maintenance on those, you're back up to $1,000 a week. So and the guys that's paying monthly, the notes are still like in the high 28, 34, 4,000, 45,000 a month. I mean 4,500 a month. So man, it's hard. I'm praying for all the truckers out there. I know a lot of truckers stepped away from the road altogether. I know some that parked their truck or gave the truck up and went to be a company driver. And that's pretty much a win-win for the companies out there, the businesses, the ones that we haul the freight for. Because, now we're not hauling it off the spot market or getting our own contracts, dedicated freight. Now, the companies, the mega companies out there are gaining new drivers that use, drivers that had their own truck, their own authority, whatever. And, they're taking a pay cut. I mean, yeah, they're getting less headache, but they're taking a pay cut. And, the mega carriers making the money. It's just a win-win for the brokers and the companies and the shippers and receivers right now. And it's like it's not balanced at all. Oh, take it easy on the trailer, my guy. So, I don't know. I'm just praying for some kind of relief soon. Y'all, is it just me? But I was really praying. I feel so bad for saying this or even thinking this at one point. But I was really praying that, not praying, but I was hoping that the rail strike really did happen. Because that would just put the whole industry in a chokehold, if the trains aren't able to haul them, it will only be up to the pilots, the air carriers, and the truckers. And I believe not too long ago, pilots went on strike as well. So, would they be able to, if the rail strike did happen, would the air carriers be willing to step up and carry that freight? I don't know. But I know for truckers, it was going to push those rates up a little bit because now it's a lot more freight that needs to be hauled. And, the trains aren't running it right now. So I was really hoping that it happened, but Congress came in and did the bare minimum to shut them up. And now it's not happening. So I feel like we're back at square one. But I just hope I'm not the only one that was thinking that. I just know I'm not the only one, but I feel so bad for thinking that, because no matter what vehicle you're driving or using to transport the freight, whether it's trucks, airplane, boat, train, we're all in this together, and it sucks that we have to use one division to make a stand and to struggle in order for the next division to do better, or to put them in a better position to make more money and to be happy and to run more miles and stuff like that. So it sucks, man. I just wish the playing field could be even for everyone in the industry, the transport industry. That's airlines, air carriers, boat carriers, train carriers, and of course truck carriers. And also an even playing field amongst the brokers, the shippers, the mega carriers. But it's greed, man. Greed. But I'm praying for a turnaround, and I'm praying for all the truckers out there. And I know how you guys are feeling. It's feeling like it's not even worth it being away from family and making these high overhead expenses, and we're not getting nowhere close to the rates that we used to get. And I know it's tough. It's definitely tough for me. I don't even want to say it's a learning curve, but I want to say it's a learning curve, and then I'm dealing with a downturn of the market. Like I said, I used to work for Prime Inc., and I was also making truck payments over there as well. But we had contracted freight, we had high value freight, which I did a lot of, and the rates were pretty good. And also we hauled reefer at Prime Inc. Where I am now, I'm only hauling drive-in. I would consider going back reefer, but the rates do pay a little bit more, and it won't be my own reefer, so the maintenance part will be covered, not on my dime. But still, with reefer, you have to pay for the fuel you have to put in the trailer. You have to pay for washouts. Depending on the company, they get reimbursed. They typically do get reimbursed. Expensive lumper fees, long loading and unloading, waiting for detention pay, not getting detention pay. It's just a lot that comes with the reefer side, to where I'm like, is it really worth a couple of more cents a mile hauling reefer to deal with all of that? Reefer is time consuming. That you can get held overnight, trying to deliver a load, especially with Walmart, Costco. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And getting loaded. When I was at Prime, I was already expected to wait 4 to 5 hours to get loaded. So it's bad. It's bad, and I don't even think reefer is even worth looking into right now. It's just, it's too time consuming, and you'll lose out on your next pre-plans, your next loads, and things of that sort. So it's not worth it. But I've been thinking about possibly, I'm trying my best not to have to park the truck or give it back and going back company, but I'm not fully against it. If I have to, I will. Do I want to? No. Because again, I'm back putting money in other people's pocket than fattening mine, and it just doesn't sit right with me at all. So I don't know, I've just been trying to think of ways I can kind of maintain during this downturn. I've went through a few of my expenses and tried to cut a few of those out that was not really necessary. I've looked into possibly getting this truck refinanced to where I can get a lower monthly payment, or even if it's not too much lower, just a monthly payment to where if I do have a short week or whatever, I have time to make that up and still make my payment on time with the next few weeks or so. I don't know, I haven't found anything. I've also even looked into possibly trying to get a dedicated contract. Getting a dedicated lane to where I can cut out, the broker and just deal with the customer directly. And that information is pretty much slim. Nobody knows. Well, I don't even know if it's nobody knows, but a lot of people that do have that information, they are pretty much stingy with it. They don't want to lose their company, their customer, giving information to another driver, and then that driver he gave the information to comes in and undercuts him and takes his lane. So it is ruthless out here, and I do understand, but it's just like even just basic information, like where to start, how to go out there and search, and which that's pretty much obvious. So I guess just information on like tactics, like what will burn that, how can you approach a customer, shipper or receiver, whatever, and leave a good impression on them to where even if you don't get that lane, they remember you, and if something does come available, they will be like, hey, this guy came in a couple of weeks ago or a couple of months ago, let me give him a call. Just certain good tactics that will catch a shipper manager or a warehouse manager's attention, get them to remember you, get them to be willing to keep your paperwork on file, your business card or whatever, and give you a call if something comes up. So just information like that. And once you do get the lane, how can you keep it? How can you keep them happy? Things you can do to show that you appreciate them for giving you the loads and giving you work to do, and also in return put money in your pocket. Just things that you can do to keep that business, that work relationship closed in and good for both parties. So just information like that would be grateful or helpful. And I know myself, I would be grateful for any information like that. I know as far as going out and getting dedicated freight, you just have to throw yourself out there. Driving around, going in person, leaving your carrier packets, your business cards, meeting with the manager or warehouse manager for a meeting, emailing, calling. And sometimes you don't even have to do that. You can just haul a regular load off the load board, and you go there a couple of times. You don't give them any issues. You're there early or on time. Sometimes they don't really like you being too early, but having great communication, great service, great attitude, great attire, and they appreciate that. And they might come up to you and be like, hey, we have this load often, would you be interested in possibly being dedicated? So that's another way for that to happen. But the odds of that happening is pretty slim. I don't hear it often. I hear a lot about drivers going out there themselves and going door to door, warehouse to warehouse, leaving carrier packets, having meetings, phone calls, emails, things of that sort. So I don't know, but having a dedicated lane would be very helpful. So if anybody has any information on tactics, how to get started, how to keep it, how to maintain it, keep them happy, both parties happy, negotiating as far as the long haul rate, fuel surcharge, any information will be helpful, and how to keep that lane, keep from another carrier or a broker from undercutting you and taking that lane from you. So, and if that does happen, what is the backup plan? Like, do you already have another direct lane set up, or do you have to start from square one? Like, what's the backup plan if that does happen? So if you guys have any information, that would be helpful, not only for me but to anybody else that does see this video. So if you have any tips, any information, please drop it below in the comments. I would very much appreciate it. But that's enough of rambling for right now. I still have the red light. I have a feeling they're counting product. Because they were like consistently unloading me, and now it's like it'll be dead for about 10 minutes, and then they'll come in and take something out, and another 10 minutes it's no activity. So I don't know. I still have time though. My next load picks up at 10. It's 8:15, and like I said, my next pickup is just through this light right here. So I still have a little bit of time. So we'll see what happens, and I'll check back in with you guys either on the road or at my next pickup. Yard guy blocking all the traffic. So I got the green light, and it's 2 other trucks on the right side of him waiting for him to get out the way.